Benvenuti and welcome back to Move to Italy Now. Today, we'd like to welcome you to this beautiful hilltop village called Reitano. We've been there before and we're going to do it again. Now, this house features 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 60 square meters or about 650 square feet. And guess what? It's all on 1 level. So for those of you who are looking for that, pay special attention to this video. But there are other special surprises. I am in love with that rooftop deck.
Well, who wouldn't be?
And here's why. You've got 60 square meters of space upstairs on your deck. It's the same footprint of your home. So what you're looking at is about 650 square feet. And the views are incredibile.
Yeah, you could have a party up there. Huh?
Yes. Yeah. So you get to see the mountain views, but you also have the sea views. And I think you're going to like it.
Oh, yeah, you definitely will. Now, there are other surprises as well. First of all, Reitano is situated about 5 minutes above the town of Santo Stefano di Camastra. And that's your train station, that's the gas station, that's 4 supermarkets. So that's where you're going to do your shopping. So you're really not way out of civilization in this cute little town. There's really only about 900 people who live in Reitano, but where it's situated is just idyllic, really idyllic.
And for those of you who love to go to the beach,
well, yeah,
you're looking at maybe a 10-minute drive to the beach.
If that, yeah, 8 minutes, yeah. Now, there's another surprise, and I want you to pay special attention. There is a cantina. We often feature that in these old homes. This is an ancient stone home, and there is a cantina down at ground level. But this cantina is in particularly good shape. I'll tell you what, just watch the tour, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we do the cantina. It's very special.
So let's go ahead and take them to Reitano. Let's go.
Andiamo. So here in this beautiful town of Reitano, we are going to take a look now at Casa Ignazio. Ground floor, currently not habitable space, but can easily be converted into habitable space. What we're going to see now as we tour this, we're going to look at a single floor, 1 bedroom, 1 bath home that is, for all intents and purposes, ready to move into. Now, this little terrace porch setup here is a common area between this house and Casa Ignazio. And we're going to walk through the Sicilian bug screen here, which is very typical. And we're into the front vestibule, which is nice. It's actually been kept as a vestibule. By the way, I can't help, but I've got to show you this now. There's your sea view from this floor. So this vestibule here is just that, and they've got a lot of things crammed in here, so you just have to overlook the extra personal effects. This staircase goes up to a surprise, which I'll show you in a moment. But for right now, we're just inside here, the front ingress to this apartment or this home. Now, we're here in what would be serving as the living room, but also a dining area. Look right outside here. There is no balcony, but it's double doors looking out onto the street with, of course, the sea view in the rear there. But the sitting room here is certainly ample. It's a good 150 square feet. And we're going to go through this bedroom door here to the single bedroom that they have here. Now, this is, that's all it is, just a 1-bedroom, 1-bath home. And there again, you've got your double doors looking out onto the street. And you can see a little more of the sea from down here, but there's more. And in a moment, I'm going to share with you some ideas. I spoke with an architect about what could be done here if you wanted to personalize this, go beyond paint and furnishings. So now we're in the kitchen here. The kitchen has its own little auxiliary set of steps here leading up to the staircase there. This is just this would be your pantry. That's all this is in there. Okay? And the kitchen is adequate. That's about all I can say. I like that they left this open rather than putting uppers in here. It would make the room feel smaller. This piece here is going to go with the cellars. But here is the bathroom, which is a complete full bath. Has its own window, fully self-contained with the water heat. And I just want to share with you now an idea that I was discussing with an architect, and I think it's a great idea because he had given this some thought. What he would do is seal this door up here rather than having a bathroom right off of the kitchen. Make sense? Okay. And then poke a doorway through here. There's no plumbing to worry about behind here for a simple passage door, which would go into the bedroom. Then it would be like a master suite. So then what they would do is perhaps even close this off here and just have the entry to the bathroom. You could even leave the entry to the bedroom here too, but this is where that would go into the bathroom here. So now it's connected like a master suite. Now, why is all of this possible? And by the way, before I forget, I want to comment on these floors. I like this tile floor. Everything's straight, completely straight. We'll show you another clip here. We went downstairs to examine the floor. It's straight as an arrow and nothing to be concerned about there. But why is all this possible? Because this column here is supporting a beam up here. That means that this partition wall here isn't necessary other than for an aesthetic. But imagine if you got rid of all of this here, no doorway here, and it would enlarge the whole feel of this kitchen. It might even be that you put cabinets here where you remove the floor and have like a serving bar here onto the room here, which is going to serve a multi-function of a sitting room as well as dining area. It's a thought, huh? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back out into the vestibule, and we're going to take this staircase and see where it leads us. Obviously, you look at these granite steps, they're in just perfect shape. One thing I will comment on here, you've got this iron post here for a handrail. Fortunately, this is the part that's the big deal. But a handrail needs to be put on there. So that is just one little thing. And frankly, I don't see that being more than a few €100 to get that completed. We've got a guy, okay? So now we're heading up these stairs here to, surprise, a beautiful roof terrace. And gosh, I don't know where to start. There's just so much to show off here. But first of all, we look down there, that old church. up in the mountain there. That's up in the clouds. It's possibly snowing up there now. That's a much, much higher elevation. Look at those beautiful olive orchards. And then, of course, this finishes up with your gorgeous sea view. This is a very large deck. I would say you're looking at nearly 60 square meters of roof terrace. And in fact, it's possible to put a covered structure like a wood structure over this. At least half of it could be under cover if you choose to do that.
We stand by the fire, your tiny hand in mine. You're 5 feet off the ground. You rest on my shoulder. The stars convey the light, so fragile in the night. In this moment,
We're now on the bottom level, the street level here. You see the street here. We're going to quickly tour the old cantina, and I want you to take note. Now, it's full of storage here. As a matter of fact, one of the cellars is a fashion designer, so you'll see some furs in here and some other things. But at any rate, there are some features in here that are very antique. For example, the ceiling here, you've got some nice straight beams. And I want to say I don't sense moisture or humidity in here, so I'm very gratified about that. Then they've got an iron, triple iron I-beam supporting this, so everything is nice and straight. Now you could box this in if you wanted to, but at any rate, everything is nice and straight here. So that's your ceiling, and throughout this cantina, it's really in beautiful shape. I can just imagine what you might do if you turn this into habitable space, okay? Now, back in here, you probably put in a drop ceiling to cover this up, which is fine. This way, the beam here won't look so intrusive, but this column is supporting everything, so you actually can leave a completely open feel. So there's the old ceiling there. You could just box this in here if you want, because the bathroom is up above here, so you're going to want to hide some of this plumbing here. But look at the size of this place here. And two, when you look out the window, mind you, you've got these big double doors plus 2 windows. Really a special thing when you're inside one of these old cantinas. I'm facing the sea right there, and you can't see it from here because we're so low, but that's the view outside here. Wouldn't that make a nice apartment, guest suite, studio? It could be a media room, could be a lot of things. Now, these are the original ancient stone walls, which can be chipped away to expose the stone. And that's, of course, done with a hammer drill. You're not going to have to use a hammer and chisel, but it's done. It takes a little bit of time, but certainly when you use it, the mechanized tools, it's going to go much faster. You're going to, of course, want to use eye protection, dust mask, and ear protection when you're using the hammer drill, but it's definitely doable. It may even be worth just buying a nice one just to be able to do the work yourself if that's what you choose to do. But do you see the possibilities here in this cantina? We certainly do, and it's an exciting proposition.
Guys, what did you like the most? Let me tell you what I appreciate. After having people all in the house and all around the house for over 3 years with our renovation project, which was quite substantial, this one offers you the convenience of not having to do any renovation. So you don't have to worry about the dust. You don't have to worry about the people in and out. That's a plus. But what about that cantina? Let me know what you would do with the cantina in the comments field below.
Yeah. Do you see the potential there? I mean, just the condition with the authentic bamboo ceiling. That's the way it was done centuries ago, many centuries ago. So that's kind of exciting. Really a characteristic living space it could be. It has its own separate ingress, egress onto the street. So that's a great thing. Also, I like the fact that one could easily erect a covering, a shade cover on the roof terrace. Maybe half of it could be under shade, well, certainly you're going to eat al fresco and look at that gorgeous view.
I think you need a sofa out there as well as a table. It needs to be multifunctional because you will want to spend a lot of your time on that rooftop deck. At least I would.
Oh yeah, so would I. So lots of potential there. How do you see yourself living in a home like that? Again, the actual living space at present is just one level. It's not a large place. It's a small place, but everything is together, concise, in order, functioning, and you could just start living in your Italian dream home right away.
Yeah, and depending on what you want it for, retirement, a vacation home, or maybe you still work and you work from home. This is
something that we're finding
nice
among you viewers is that many of you are thinking about retirement, but it may be 5 years from now. So you're purchasing the home now because you're seeing that prices are going up. So you're purchasing it now and you use it as a vacation home for the next few years before you actually seek full-time residency here.
Now, guys, we feature lots of varieties of properties. Some are cheap homes in Italy, but some are, they have a little more character and they're beautiful and they're done. Some neat
Some
work.
in the country, some in paese.
Some next to the sea. But if you're interested and you haven't done so yet, please do subscribe so that you don't miss another one of our properties. And we are about done.
And thank you to those who have subscribed.
That's right.
Ciao for now.
Alla prossima. Ciao.
We stand by the fire, your tiny hand in mine. You're 5 feet off the ground. You rest on my shoulder. The stars convey the light, so fragile in the night. In this moment, forever be. In this moment, forever be.